Hi everyone, I'm Trent with Fulford Home Remodeling, and we're here getting ready to start a deck project. And we wanted to give a little bit of a video introduction because a lot of people would be thinking, why are we tearing down this deck on a big home? The deck doesn't look too bad from a distance, but there's a lot of code issues, plus there's a lot of rot on the existing deck structure. So we thought we'd walk you through just a bit of what's wrong with the deck and why we're tearing it down. The homeowners requested some of the wood for burning, and it is cedar and not paint on it, so we're going to try to reuse some of it a little bit for that. But really the deck's in need of getting updated to code is why we're tearing it down and replacing it. But we wanted to give you a little bit of a video on how a deck is built. So let's look first though at what's wrong with the deck. If we look up top here, you can see this siding corner post. They've got this floor joist of the deck coming and dying right into this corner post of this deck, which is a complete code violation. And if you can imagine, if this corner post of this house starts rotting or anything, the deck's going to come right with it. And then also the way they've got this step down of the deck attached here would be another code violation. Also, most of the new deck structures, you want to have the floor joists spaced 16 inches apart. Have those joist spaced 16 inches apart instead of 24 inches apart, which they have right here. Another thing, you can't quite see it from the video, but at the top of these posts, they're actually starting to rot away. You can see this post down here, actually the worst. It's really hard to see, but wood actually rots from the top down. It's like it starts to wick and starts to go. And if you, in a minute, when you see the overall view of the deck, you'll see this far corner of the deck starting to sag pretty bad. In addition, we have a code violation with how far this deck spans past these beams. We have to be 2 feet on a cantilever like this with the construction they have. And if you look over here on the actual bay of the deck, it's almost a 6-foot cantilever, and there's only about 8 or 10 feet back here on this part of the deck to offset that cantilever. So if you can imagine, you had a big party out on this deck and had a bunch of people out on the end. It's just a teeter-totter scissor, and you can imagine this whole deck wanting to really pull and fall down. So it would cost much more to try to patch and repair this deck. Then you're working with partly old lumber that's already started rotting, and then brand new lumber, which you'd eventually have to start replacing the old lumber anyway. So that's the why behind tearing down this big deck, is to get the rotten wood out of here and get some new products in here that are going to last a lifetime for these homeowners. It's a beautiful deck, beautiful area. Basically going back in the same footprint. This is just getting a little bit bigger around the end, and then this will have a vinyl pergola up here with the ceiling fan. So basically the same footprint, just a brand new deck. last time we talked a little bit about the underframing of the deck and how poorly it was framed. So we're going to take a look at the new under portion side of the deck, and we've got Bobby, our production manager, here, and also Mark, the homeowner, here, kind of looking over things too. So, but come on and we'll take a look. I guess one of the first things you'll notice is the footings coming out of the ground with the brackets that bolt down into the concrete and then attached to the treated 6x6 posts. And then an all treated under deck carriage. Everything is fastened and lagged to the house where proper, where needed. And then of course all the joist hangers. And then before, out here on the end, we had issues with how far the cantilever was cantilevered out. We've got that all into code, and we've got the proper angle brackets on these angles and everything. And then this is a laminated beam right here, which just means a really extra long. If you look on the inside of this, you'll see how it's basically 2x4 stacked and laminated together to create a really powerful looking beam. And then over here where everything was notched out before and not around everything, and we had floor joists connected to the siding, we've got everything cut out, flashed properly, the band board against the house, lag bolted into the house, joist hangers, everything is correct and to code.
New brackets here.
Yeah, these are new brackets. On the inside of this, you can kind of see the new lag brackets that they have going all the way through the band of the house. And inside, those are in addition to our normal lags that just get into the band board from there. So, newly framed deck underneath. You can see the stairs are all sturdy and they have new support posts and everything underneath of them with blocking. And I guess while you're right there, Jim, you can see all the framing running around that perimeter of this, so we can do what we call a perimeter board on top of the deck to make it just look cooler. It's a great looking deck, and it'll be here forever. So however long the homeowners will be here, it'll be here and running and operating well. We've been using AZEK now for probably close to 13 years. It was called Pro Cell decking before AZEK bought it out, but we've never had one callback or complaint on the decking. And if you're looking for low maintenance, this is the only deck we'll sell you. We'll either go with what God did with wood, natural wood, because we know what that does and we know how it works, but we stay away from composite decks. This is a 100% cellular PVC deck that's going to last a lifetime. So that's it, folks. Brand new deck.